Welcome to MedTalks, your go-to source for health information and medical insights. I'm your host, Juvenava, and we are bringing you the latest in healthcare. Whether you're looking to understand the basics of wellness, gain practical tips for everyday health, or learn about community resources available to help you live a healthier and happier life, MedTalks has you covered. Join us on this journey to better health, and remember, a healthier you starts with a single conversation. Stay informed, stay healthy with MedTalks, where every talk is a step towards a better you.
Grace Med Health Clinic is your home for complete compassionate care. From medical visits to vision screenings, dental care, behavioral health support, and a fully equipped pharmacy, we're here to meet all your health needs. Our dedicated team of providers and staff work together to make every visit welcoming and stress-free. Because at Grace Med, you're not just a patient, you're part of our family. Call 316-866-2000 to schedule your appointment. Grace Med Health Clinic, compassionate care for all.
Welcome, guys, to another episode of MedTalks. I'm Juvenava, Director of Community Outreach and Communications at Grace Med Health Clinic. Today, I have the pleasure of meeting with Niomi Ndirangu, CEO and founder of Seize Your Future. How are you,
Yes,
Naomi?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. I have to let our listeners know that you and I have a long history. I
We
have known
do.
you for years. Incredibly proud of all the work that you are doing. And I really wanted people to get to know about your nonprofit, Seize Your Future, because it's so unique, especially to our Wichita, Kansas area, that I think people need to know more about. So first of all, talk to me about who Naomi is.
Naomi is a hard worker, that's for sure.
Yes.
I was talking to you a little bit. I have 2 jobs. I'm going to school full time, studying special education at Friends University. What else do I do? I'm really involved in my church. I mean, there's so much stuff that I do, but all of it is stuff that I'm super passionate about. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't change it for the world.
That's awesome. You have an incredible story about Seize Your Future, which is your nonprofit. Talk to me first about where did that passion come from?
So I was actually diagnosed with epilepsy when I was just 5 years old on my 5th birthday. I like to include that fun fact in there.
Yeah.
But I was diagnosed at 5, and as I got older, I noticed a lot of the challenges that I faced were within the school setting. And it was not only a struggle for me to remember specific concepts, but it was also a struggle for me when it came to just learning the knowledge in general. So as I got older, and I wanted people to know and to understand what it felt like to have epilepsy, and to know that just because my brain is wired differently than someone else's, that I can still go on and I can get the education that I want and that I can achieve. And I'm the perfect example for that,
Yeah.
as well as all of our candidates who have received scholarships so far and who will continue to come in the future.
That's awesome. Talk to me about what Seize Your Future is.
So we are a nonprofit that is dedicated to empowering and educating students living with epilepsy.
Okay.
And we do that through providing scholarships and resources to students who are in high school or if they're going into a graduate program in college.
Okay. Why did you decide to focus on scholarships?
Well, actually, this goes a lot with my personal story as well. I grew up with a single mother, and money is not easy.
Yeah.
And I wanted the students with epilepsy to be able to have that opportunity to
Right.
go to school and get a higher education, and they can't do that unless they have the scholarships to do so.
Yeah.
And the resource part comes in, and they also can't get that education unless they have the resources in order to do so as well.
Okay. So you mentioned scholarships. How does someone, if they want to apply, how does someone apply for the scholarship?
So you can go online to our website. It's if you just type in Seizure Future Foundation, it should pop right up. And then we have a tab that's titled Scholarships, and they can input their information in there. And we have a scholarship committee who reviews all of them. I don't have anything to do with that because I don't want any favoritism.
Right.
So we have that scholarship committee who review them and then pick our winner.
Now, your organization is pretty new.
Yes.
It's been, I would say, like, 3 or 4 years?
It's been 3 years.
3 years? How does that happen? I mean, you're a young woman who's obviously very busy. How does someone start their nonprofit and say, like, this is the direction I want to go towards? How does that happen?
Well, honestly, it was really scary at the beginning because I am a very busy person, but I think it really has to do with the passion you have behind something. I truly believe that people with epilepsy are so unique and so different, and they face challenges unlike no other person because it is a condition that you can't see from the outside. You never know when somebody's going to have a seizure or that they have epilepsy until they have a seizure right in front of you.
Right.
And to have that passion and willingness to start my own nonprofit to give back to people with epilepsy is truly the key factor in what helped me start it.
And I can imagine that as someone who's had epilepsy, that you relate a lot to these applicants who are looking for better opportunities, that you probably see yourself in them. What challenges have you had to face as someone who's had epilepsy, and especially when they're thinking about your future and your education?
I still face challenges to this day. I've noticed that my memory loss has progressively gotten a little bit worse. Now, I don't know if that is fully due to the epilepsy, but it is something that I notice. It's a lot more challenging for me if I'm at work or if I'm teaching something to the students at work. I have to consistently review it in order to understand and be able to teach it or explain it in the best way that I can for them. So that is one challenge I face, is memory loss. Now, when I was a child, it was really hard to be able to be involved in extracurricular activities because I remember one time when I was on the swim team, I actually had a seizure in the water.
Oh, wow.
And I was scared. My mom was scared. Everyone was nervous. They had to evacuate everybody from the pool. That was a really scary moment for me. And I just remember thinking, I don't ever want to get back into the water and do the thing that I love. And it wasn't just with swimming, it was with other activities as well. But eventually I started sharing my story with more people so that they knew and they were educated on how to help me if I did have a seizure. And I got back into doing things like performing arts. That was my big passion when I was in high school, singing, dancing, and it was a great time.
That's awesome. You have had an opportunity to meet with so many of the applicants. I imagine that you have had an opportunity to meet with the applicants or the awardees for the scholarships. What are some of their plans that they are having with their scholarships?
A lot of them want to become doctors. We also had a girl who submitted an application where she had her own brand of sunglasses, and it was super cool. I'm sure you know this about me. I'm a huge fan of New York, and she was actually from New York. So I was like, what if one day I got to meet up with her and we could travel New York City together, and she could tell me more about her brand, and we could relate on our experience with epilepsy. So there's just a wide variety of everything that people like to do, and I'm really excited to see where the future of Seizure Future goes because we have such strong applicants submitting their applications.
That's awesome. Speaking of future, what would you like the future of Seizure Future look like?
What I envision is in my mind is talking about New York City again. Seizure Future on a billboard in New York City. It's one of the biggest companies out there, similar to the Epilepsy Foundation of America. Everyone knows the name Seizure Future, and we're known as the organization that's giving back and educating our future students of America. That is what I envision.
That is so cool. And it would be awesome to see that, especially you being a girl from Kansas, to have that, to have that kind of exposure and to be recognized at a national level.
Yes.
I can imagine that you're doing a lot of the work of trying to raise funds for these scholarships. If someone wants to help support these scholarships, how would they go about doing that?
Yeah. Well, the first thing I want to say about fundraising is that is one of the most challenging things.
Oh, I bet.
Because epilepsy is not a condition that people see as important maybe as other ones, because like I said, it's not something that you can see from the outside.
Right.
And if you don't have a family member or a friend who has epilepsy, not as many people are willing to donate to that cause,
Yeah.
because they haven't seen it before and they don't truly know unless
Right.
you ask them about it.
Yeah.
So that has been a really challenging thing. So to all of our listeners, I want to say epilepsy is something that is unimaginable and unexplainable. 1 second you are literally doing your own thing, and then the next second you could be on the ground seizing. And if there's anybody listening right now that has the urge to just change a life, or to educate somebody who has big dreams and aspirations, you can go online to our website and donate. There's a spot on there that says donate today. It can be $1, it can be $5, it can be $10,000, whatever you want to donate.
Yeah.
Anything makes a difference.
That's awesome. How many students this last year received a scholarship?
One student this last year, but we've
Okay.
had so many applicants. Literally, Seize Your Future is a national organization. We
Nice.
have people applying from so many different states.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I just wish we had more funds so that
Yeah.
we could
Give out
support
more.
all of these students. So that is the main thing. We can't have Seize Your Future unless we have the funds to do it.
So speaking of scholarships, I think your applications are open
Yes.
for this next scholarship round. Where does someone go to apply for the scholarship, and when's the deadline?
So they can go onto our website. It has a section that says scholarships on there, and they can input all of their information. And then the deadline for it is February 1st. So it's
Okay.
coming up pretty fast.
Yeah.
And we already have a lot, so hurry and get your applications in.
That's awesome. Naomi, I am so proud of all the work that you are doing, and the amount of dedication you have put into just advocating for people with epilepsy and for epilepsy awareness has been very inspiring. And you're doing such great work, especially with this nonprofit, and giving so many opportunities for other youth to expand their education and, you know, get these opportunities to do more. And so I think that's incredible work. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for
Yeah.
having me.
Well, actually, before we're done, is there anything else that you would like to mention that perhaps I forgot to mention or ask you?
I don't think so. If you ever need somebody to come speak at an epilepsy event, or
Yeah.
even a mental health event, because that's something else that people don't know. A lot of kids with epilepsy, or adults, they do face mental health challenges due to their epilepsy. So if you ever need a speaker, you can also go onto our website. I have a section there where you can book an appearance with me. It's at no cost. I will just do it for free.
Nice.
So yeah.
Yes. And you do have a lot of experience in appearances
I do.
and speaking, so you do great work.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Naomi, for joining us. And everyone, all of our listeners, we will see you next time.